right, so today's video, we are watching a Gold 3 tank on console, playing some Rein and Orisa on Route 66. They say, I felt this was an average game of Rein for me. I didn't pop off, but I see very few mistakes on my rewatch. I've been a Gold 3 tank for a while, and I'm looking to improve because I know I belong in Gold right now and want to climb. I start on Rein, I main him when I play tank, but the enemy tank was on Mauga, so after dying once or twice, I switched to Orisa, because I hate playing against Mauga on Rein. I alternate between Rein and Orisa depending on if the enemy tank is playing Mauga. I really hate having to counter swap, but I simply don't know how to play against Mauga as Rein. I know my mechanics aren't the best, but other than that, and the occasional mistake, I feel there wasn't much else I could have done this game, which is why I'm asking for help. Any feedback is appreciated. Okay. Okay, they're on Zarya, so they're definitely gonna have to swap off against Rein. Well, not definitely, but all right, going high ground. Minimize poke damage taken, but you're fine for now. Took your support's a bit to get to you. Like, yesterday I was getting a haircut and I had a meeting. All right, few in front. A lot of just holding shield. Hey, if it works, it works. I'm not worried about that right now. Good pin. I would keep going for the Zarya. This is the right play. Nice job. That's why I always say to people, like, I'll see people not just swing on the Zarya there because of a bubble to charge him, but like, Zarya's not gonna have any energy if the Zarya's running back from spawn. And that was a good play. So far, so good. Nothing really extravagant that I've seen that's been bad. I mean, obviously hit your fire strikes. Way more value brought to the table, but yeah. I'm gonna give you that one. Obviously, I don't want to see you do that every single play, but I'll give you that one. That one's totally fine with me. I think that was a viable play. What rank is this? I already forgot. I want to say gold. Yeah, gold on console. A little bit too ambitious with some of these charges, only because you're taking a lot of poke damage. Okay, that is an ultimate by your teammate. You're playing like kind of all over the place right now. This could be fine if you made the mistake of moving there, so you would have suctioned him in. Yeah, I mean, I think a lot of what's happening right now is you're almost defaulting to doing nothing and then just charging. Like, there's no in-between gameplay for you. It's either charge in and take 600 damage or hold shield and do nothing. And what can make a good Rein player really good is your ability to also take map control without having to do it in like I'm gonna hold my shield and walk at you in a straight line. Remember how you went up these stairs? I would like to see that sooner. Take that high ground control, go up here, frustrate them, like take away these angles, and then you can charge into your team. Like a lot of Reinhardts I'll go up against the top 800, what makes them so good is their ability to be both aggressive and defensive like that, but not do it in a way that's very default, like as in like, I hold my shield on cart and that's it, or I just walk at you in a straight line, or I only charge. It's all about finding ways to prevent map control in space. So I would have liked to see maybe take this high ground for them, maybe even go wrap around left side here to force them to look at you. You can always back into this room and you know what I mean? Like, but kind of just standing on card and charging and taking 700 damage. I just think that it just isn't as ideal for you. And that's not a Mauga issue at this point. Just to kind of clarify that. I mean, I don't even have to pause this. It's the exact gameplay loop I talked about. You hold your shield up and you charge, and you do it in a very like direct way that is obvious for the other team. Go top right. That's it. Just go top right. Don't run it here. Just go, even if it... Here's all I'm saying, is at a certain point when you see that they're all playing low ground, you need to find ways to take advantage of that, right? Look where they're at, take away a part of the map that they would like to have, which could be this part, and then you can split their team when you get to a spot that you want to. You can take the engagement when you want to. And I think that's kind of the important part of this, is understanding that when you just directly go the same way every single time, you're taking the engagements where they want you to take the engagements. So you need to switch it up a little bit. Now, obviously your teammate's got a kill here, so you might be able to just go here and shatter and win, but you know, you go up here, you're gonna end up in the same spot, same timings. Big slam. Drop. Go up there, nice. Did that charge? I assume that they had the overshield, right? What the heck? Live footage of you on Ryan. Hey, I mean, listen, my Ryan is okay. And I say okay, my Ryan's pretty bad. Now, I don't mind this swap to Orisa here. One thing I want to point out again, I think it's really just your pathing. Just go for better spots. You can always go left side here. You can always go top right. You don't need to run it down mid. I think something that people do a lot is you play into the strengths of a hero rather than finding the weakness against that hero. Let me give you an example. Let's say I'm playing Diva against a Symmetra. Am I going to play around the Symmetra, or am I going to run it down mid in a straight line at them? Do you see the difference there? So if I run it down mid into a Symmetra the whole time, there's a good chance the sim can get pretty decent value on me, right? So what I need to do is play around that sim, find time-ins, go around parts of the map, and then I can kill the sim, but I have to do it on the way that's going to work for me and not play it the way that the sim wants me to play. So when you play Ryan and you play into a Mauga, of course it's going to feel bad. So you can make Ryan work. I've seen Ryan's make it work against Mauga. It's just, if you're gonna default run it down mid every single time, it's not gonna go well. You're already doing what you should have done on Ryan, which you did once at the end of a lost team fight on Orisa. Oh, so this skin's interesting with the weapon. Looks like, doesn't this kind of look like Venture's weapon on Orisa's weapon here? Doesn't it reminds me of, or am I just misremembering? Worrying about the wrong stuff here. You don't need to kill the Mauga at that point. The Mauga is already, like, just dead there. Like, this is where effectively, or what can help your team the most, is you need to trade backlines. Going in here, being frustrated on their team, maybe even keeping the high ground, maybe playing, like, this angle here, like, but don't just sit there, turn around, and just shoot at the Mauga, and then be like, all right, because the Mauga was already dead. They weren't surviving that. You need to make it difficult on their backline so, like, the Ashe can't get kills. Now, you did it after your teammates got the kill, but you could have been doing this way sooner, and it would have been even cleaner of a team fight. Good second point there. All right, nothing's happening. Don't be afraid to use your ult. They might ult you, though. I mean, honestly, I'm not even... I felt like your ult timing was great. I just think that was a good play by Lifeweaver. Straight up. Just a good job by Lifeweaver. That's all I got. That's all I got. Good pedal. You're going to want to stuff the doors here. They're going to have too many ults, so you want to interrupt their ability to make a play. You're doing this is correct, by the way. This is the correct play. Yes, you're doing the correct play. You want to interrupt them and make them use their stuff early, which is what they did. This is correct. All of this is correct. Don't even worry about the there you go. Well played right there. For anybody wondering why that's the correct play, if you let them kind of retake the doorways in the way that they want to, this goes back to what I said, like letting them play the way they want to, they're going to have a good retake there because Juno's going to have a much better ultimate on point. So, yeah, just simple plays like that prevent that. So, much better job on Orisa, but I also think that on Orisa, you were doing more of what you could have done on Ryan, outside of the being able to shoot a weapon at him, right? But you went and started going backline pressure, you started, like, ignoring other stuff. Like, that was a pretty good start on Orisa, and I think that you need to have a very similar playstyle on Ryan. Playing some Ryan. What a fire strike. Nothing's happening. I'm fine with that charge. Good job. Shield ship. Now listen, you can't sit there and say that you struggle against Mauga and that you don't know what you're doing wrong when that's like what you do right there. You already charged the Mauga. You got the Mauga to half HP. The worst thing you can do after that is just run into their team. Yeah, true. As someone points out that they're on Mercy Zen, which is true. Mercy Zen's a little bit less of a healing comp for you, so you have to play even a little bit safer. So you did a good job of charging the Mauga. That's going to take them out of the team fight for a second. If they overpush, that they probably get killed there. Instead, you overpush and die. So these are the little moments you need to look at to where you can fix your gameplay, because if you said you watched it back and there wasn't much that you saw, I mean, maybe this is one of the moments you did see. These are the plays that result in much more difficult games, because when you give them this corner 30 seconds in for free, you know, not giving your teammates time to get kills, giving your supports time to heal you, to get more health charge. Like, all of these little things add up in an overall game. I have moments where I think like, oh, I can go do something. I'm a tank, and I fall over immediately. So just think about more about how important it is to hold that corner rather than trying to go get kills, is all I'm saying. Where can you find my Twitch at? Good question. My Twitch. I love that was asked in the Twitch chat, too. Over here, thank you. Wait for it. Yep. I'll explain that in a second. I saw a question too. Okay. So you said that you said as a Rein he might have stayed away from the high ground because he felt like he couldn't accomplish anything on Rein since Rein doesn't have range. Okay, yeah, true. Rein doesn't have range. You can fire strike, but yeah, it's not going to be consistent. Let me ask you this question: how do you help get to that range? You have to go and take map control to like prevent that range from being as far as it is. If your weakness on Rein is range, then you need to find ways to gap close. All right. Remember, you're on Mercy's end, so cover's very important. Systems impaired. Gameplay loop here. You know you can't peek them yet. You wide peek them, take 500 damage, go into a room where they can see you. I guess I need to show you the importance of like good cover rather than just cover. When you get stuck in this room with that much HP, you need to play it safe and wait for the right opportunity. When you wide peek here, you take 400 damage, you die. You know there's angles here, you hide there in the room waiting for Mercy to heal you. Mercy won't be able to heal you fully. So what you want to do is you want to rotate backwards and play around these ranges and wait and wait and wait. A lot of the time, I think a lot of players get so adamant about trying to like force get into the cart. And in some ranks, you'll watch, you know, players just play back and then play the map rather than play the objective. And on defense on Route 66, that's what you do. But what you do is you go, we think the map control is more important. The map control will lead to kills. And then because we get those kills, we can stop the cart, and then they're never going to be able to retake it back. Like, that's the whole idea and concept behind that. So if you're going to go up here with a Mercy Zen comp, which Mercy Zen is not known for high healing, it's more known for like high damage output. So what you need to do in this situation is find ways to minimize poke damage, which you didn't by wide peeking that corner. Your Zen saved you. You're being, like I said, being too aggro. Or not aggro. I'll explain in a second. All right. Luck. If you're gonna take as much poke damage as you are, and like your gameplay loop is just sitting here on the high ground and just basically taking a bunch of damage, you're gonna end up getting rolled over and over again. Because what happens is with Mercy Zen comp is there's no way they're gonna be able to keep you alive efficiently. I would rather see you go even Rein again, only because like you're going to prevent a lot of that initial damage, which is going to buy time for your teammates. If you want my hero suggestion here with like Mercy Zen, Sigma or Wrecking Ball, Hog. And the only reason why is because you have self-sustain and you have ways to survive. The Mercy will not be able to keep you healed, and if you're going to constantly take a bunch of poke damage, you're going to fall behind. So ideally, you're not on the Mercy Zen comp, but sometimes you can't do anything about that. You know, it is what it is. Orisa, I just feel like you're taking so much early poke damage, and if you're going to play like this, you're going to fall over and over again. And keep in mind, this is not a Mauga issue for you. I think you're looking at it and going, oh, there's a Mauga, that's why you're losing games. That's not what it is. Like. No, you're. All right, I have an idea. Going to their Juno point of view. I want to show you what it looks like from their point of view, because this can be helpful too. You ready? Watch this. First of all, I have no idea what your Torb's doing. Now watch the Orisa. Now, ideally, as Orisa, you would stay around here. You would hold these corners, and if you're gonna peek the corner, I know you saw an Ashe over here, you're gonna peek like this, right? The Ashe is in a good spot. This is a crossfire. So if you go this way, you're gonna take a lot of poke damage. So your option is to play the corner, make it so your supports can keep you alive. The Ashe overextends, you can kill the Ashe, you can even maybe go for a Javelin, you're fine. If you wide peek, so now let's go back here and look at the Juno point of view, look at the Orisa now. If you saw You see how you just got rolled there? If you were on that team and you saw an Orisa doing that, you'd be like, what is that Orisa doing? And that's what you're doing over and over again. And in your team comp, your teammates can't keep you alive. So you have to play around that comp a lot better than you are right now. That waste of a javelin spin, because they're not even doing damage to you, and you've been taking a lot of damage to begin with, so you gotta wait on the javelin spin. You just pop gold and then hit gold again. And now you're gonna probably die to the Ash, so you got lucky because you have your javelin spin up again. Just wait. Just be patient. Just wait. Don't take any damage before you're back to full HP. Hide. Wait. Okay, you didn't hide, you got your HP back. This cooldown button spam. You see what you're doing? The reason why it's even worse that you're cooldown button spamming like this is because gold actually gives you a lot of damage reduction. If you're gonna waste your shift like this in a situation where you don't have a high heal comp, you're gonna need this a little bit earlier than normal, right? Like sometimes you would do it at like 50% HP, 60%. Now you're gonna have to do it at like 80%, but you need to do it when they start engaging you and doing damage on you and doing a bunch of everything. If they're not looking at you and doing nothing, there's no reason why you should hit your gold. You're at full HP right now. No problem, and your first reaction is to hit gold. You see where you're having a misusage of like cooldowns? This is what, once again, gets your character killed here. It's not a Mauga issue. I feel like you've over-analyzed that they have a Mauga, and now you're just playing like a default style that isn't gonna work if you keep doing what you're doing. And that's why I wanna find ways for you to make these adjustments a lot sooner and recognize it's not like, oh, they have a Mauga, this is impossible. I need to go Orisa. This is more of a, you just need to play walls better. You need to stop taking poke damage. You need to recognize that sometimes just being alive as a tank and being able to hold a part of the map is going to be better than just sitting there taking a bunch of damage. So I've gone a little bit in depth in this game, but you're doing it again. You're overextended into their back line, and now your support line is going to struggle to keep you up. Like they have to Zen out you. This is like the third time I think I've seen them have to Zen out you because you're just taking too much poke damage. Good job getting the Zen. Now listen, go. Okay, this is fine. I'll let you go this way too. This is a better approach, by the way. Taking away that part of the map, that's okay. And now you can go in with an ult. Good play, good sequence. And just to point out to you, that was a situation where you minimized the poke damage. Do you see what I'm saying? You didn't sit there running a straight line. You took around the map. You took away an angle. That was all good. Only thing I was going to say before is you technically could have gone this way to be a little bit safer on this rotation, but you were going to be fine. That was a little bit better because you still have the mini to pick up some of the early poke, and then you take away the angle, so you're fine there. I haven't played the quick play hack yet. I'll be playing it today. Okay. You can... There's a left side that can shoot you. Don't pop a cooldown yet. No need to. Now you can. I would have used... whatever. It doesn't really matter. Oh, nice try. You were in a tough spot there. They ulted. Okay, now you're back on Ryan. Said Zarya Mauga's good. I would have doubted if Zarya's in a lot of comps. Now you're on Ryan. They're on Ryan too. Oh, apparently that Zen's keyboard was broken. Or controller. Okay. Stop. Just play to live. You're fine. Your team. Let's just. The lowest thing you can do is give them a free kill. Just wait. Just stop. There you go. Go for a fire strike. Play the corner. Nice. Good job. Yep. Shield management's good. Keep playing this way. That's on your. Okay. Now start to put your shield up for a second, just to buy some time for your team behind you. You do have teammates. Okay. And it's gonna... I don't know what's gonna happen. Yeah, okay. This is just a lot of indecisiveness out of you. You were doing fine for a little bit. Then your teammates needed a little bit of help by just putting your shield up. Your reaction was to charge into a Juno ultimate, get rolled, fall over. You know they have a little bit of a shatter advantage on you. You're about to have your shatter. Once you get your shatter, it becomes a mind game. Instead, you basically just go in, feed, and give them free kills. You're not sure what you want to do, so you end up doing a lot of, like, okay, I'm going to go for a little bit of poke damage. I'm going to go for a little bit of taking damage, but you do it all at once, and you just fall over. Let's see if we have a better result of this corner. Do not... Mercy, Lucio. I didn't think your... I think your support line just got worse. You know, Mercy said it was going to be difficult for you, but I'll be honest with you. I think this might be worse. Because now you lose the damage output that you get from Zen. You get speed at least. Good pick. Counter charge is fine there. Remember, you don't need to overextend here. You can go for a little bit for the Ryan. You can swing the Ryan for a bit. Now back up, back up, back up, back up, back. Okay, so the moment that you did your first swing there and you saw your HP get a little bit low, the last thing you want to do is keep swinging there. I was okay with the first one, but this is what I mean. You're overextending and like not recognizing, okay, you know, they have a Discord orb, they have this, they have that. You just sit there and take a bunch of damage. And this is your problem. This is like, this, once again, they don't have a Mauga now, so there's no excuse on that side of stuff. So it's like, you just have to not do that. Your first reaction was to spawn up and charge. Just hide behind a wall. To your right. Play the wall. Right there. Now hold it. Yeah, there's Zen hacked up. You're good. Think there's Zen. No, actually, you took more damage again. You still hacked that one up. Killing the Zen, great, but then you keep overextending. You keep trying to do too much. Sometimes, like I said, less is more. First kill, great. Good job recognizing the Zen out of position. But then to go over here and overextend, like you're just making... I promise you, your supports want to keep you alive. It also isn't the best comp for you to be kept alive during. So this goes back to what I was saying. You need to settle a little bit on what you're doing. It's just how that has to go, okay? Mercy Lucio is a rough comp for him. I'll be honest with you. Even if it was like, say it was like Ana Lucio right now. It's more Lucio now, which is good. If you overextend, you're gonna fall over like that still no matter what. The positioning just isn't ideal. It could be a little bit easier to go for those plays, but it's certainly... Well, now you're down a Moira, so now you need to just do it. Yeah, this is... Big slam, but you're dead. You want my take? Your charge was fine. Everything after that was not ideal. I liked your charge because you're recognizing you can't sit there and take poke damage, which is good. I'm glad you recognize that. But going for the shatter play, you need to think about your follow-up. The moment they bobbed, I guess the bob was the same timing, so it's kind of unlucky, but I probably wouldn't have shattered it. Actually, I say that now. I would have shattered the Rhine shield and yelled big slam. So. Yeah, for Silent Hill, I said I would, you know they have shatter. Always, you knew they had shatter at that point. There's no reason you should get shattered. Okay, I'm gonna go back to what you said. The reason why this game has been difficult for you is it's all the little things. You're so worried about like you know, playing perfectly and this and that, but the reality is when it comes down to the little things like, oh, I shattered earlier. They've been on Rhine. They must have shatter. Your reaction is, I'm gonna run at the Rhine and not try to play any mind games with it. The Rhine doesn't have to question what they have to do, and they shatter you. Now, your teammates clutch it out with some good ultimates, and they're probably gonna win the team fight. But there's no reason that the Rhine should get as easy as a shatter as Rhine just got. And these are the little things that add up to losses in ranked. And they're also the little things that can lead to wins in ranked. If you put your shield up there and you counterplay the shatter, no one on your team's dead. This fight isn't even close, and you're guaranteed just to win right here. You're gonna win because your teammates popped off, and it looks like they won't lose this. But the point I'm making is that you're not making it easier on your team. Oh, there you go, Stanley. Heck yeah. That's fine. Shield up. Okay. Here you go. Stop. Now you stop. Now you just don't do anything. Don't do anything for a second. Okay, you're good. You can start playing. Now wait that out. That's what I talked about with Mauga. Okay, now you're good. Mauga can die. 3 kills on Mauga if your team commits. Good fire strike. Much better cover, by the way. I'm gonna pause right now. Do you see what I'm talking about, by the way? This is playing cover correctly. This is playing cover correctly. You're not wide peeking in the middle of the open. You're not trying to overdo damage. You're not trying to like do too much, and guess what's happening? Right now, your teammates are in a 5v5, and you have map control. Do you see this? Do you see how a simple task of just staying alive during a team fight and playing like solid positioning can do for your team? Now you have a Mauga out of position. Their team's backed up. Look at this. And all you've had to do was not feed. That's it. It's just the presence of being there and not giving them free damage. I'm fine with the charge for now, as long as you're willing to... Yep. Good job. Play the corner again. Play with that safety net you were at before. Yep, there you go. Don't have to overextend for that kill. That's on your Junkrat. Don't worry about it. I would have liked to see you up where your Junkrat is. But, nice pin. Shield up. Keep your teammates alive. You have teammates. Someone's on cart. It's gonna be the Moira. Ping and Moira. Ping the Moira. If you can. Nice kill. Shield up. Shield up. Keep your teammates alive for a second. Remember, the reason why I say shield up is because you're just trying to make sure your teammates survive any type of trade. Because after you get a kill, they're gonna try to trade. So what you need to do is put a shield up to make sure that the trade isn't as guaranteed or possible. That's it. Get a kill, you put your shield up, make sure your teammates survive, move in. Rinse and repeat. This is the exact opposite of what I was hoping for. Now you're taking poke damage from different angles. Remember, to your left is going to be damage. Worry about that for now. Your teammates are getting rolled by a flanking Mauga. Nope, Junkrat trap. Nope, too aggro. And you're dead. Although that kind of was on the... There you go. So just to summarize for you, a lot of it is just the little things for you. I really need you to see like the example of when you played back here and had a good use of coverage and what it did for your team. So I think for you, it's just a lot is less is more. Understand that taking constant poke damage is a problem. Playing cover is good. Your supports want to keep you alive. So when you sit there and you just constantly try to like get a fire strike out that ends up resulting in you losing 500 HP and your teammates can never get you back to full HP, that's a problem. So you want to play more cover, you want to play more map control. And when you started to play more cover and map control, it went well. Remember when you gave them first point for free, essentially, when you peeked the corner on the first round? Let's say that you played that efficiently. That would have been a minute and a half off the clock they wouldn't have had going into third point. Maybe this is a lot different. Maybe they don't have as much time and they don't even get the card as far. Do you see how this stuff can add up on the little things? That's why I want you to get the basic fundamentals down of how you're supposed to survive around corners and like play to the strengths of your hero and not worry about so much about like what they're doing. And then you're gonna end up with good results. This one was like, oh, I had to swap off because they had Mauga. You went Orisa and just took massive amount of damage the whole time. Essentially didn't do much on Orisa. Ended up back on the hero you started on. Played better because you started to play cover and then everything went well. And once again, this wasn't a Mauga issue. The Mauga was the least of my worries this game for you. A lot of it was your play of just taking too much of that poke damage. Clean that up, you're gonna be good to go. You got this. You absolutely got this. If you like this video, make sure to the like button, subscribe to all 3 YouTubes if you haven't, leave a comment, all that helps. If you want to submit your own spectating, look in the description below. You'll see my Discord, that's where you can do that. We also record these live on stream. You can see the Twitch chat below the webcam, also stream on YouTube, so stop by if you haven't. With that being said, I hope you have an amazing day/night.